you a subscriber to QAnon? To their theories about this stuff too?
Yes,
And do you think they're going to be a factor in the 2024 election?
absolutely. Well, the drops tell us everything, and it's all playing out publicly. Just Donald Trump endorsing it, and it's pretty much out there. So he's trying to wake up the world.
Q is.
Q is.
Yeah. What about JFK Jr.?
Yeah, he's alive.
Is he?
Yeah,
Where is he?
he's around.
Do you know where he is, though?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. All right.
He's everywhere.
All right. Because
Yes.
what makes you think that, though? Like somebody being so famous and so well-known and, with family, what makes you think that he's alive if nobody's seen him?
Gematria.
I got to look that one up.
Yeah.
I play a lot of trivia. That's one I don't know, so I'll look at
Gematria.
Gematria.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll check out Gematria then. All right.
Okay, the guy said, I have to look that up. And I looked it up, and I feel like I shouldn't have looked that up because, anyway, this has gone from being kind of funny, very funny, to very funny, but also very terrifying at the same time.
JFK Jr. is the 19th president of the Republic of America.
Rutherford Hayes was the 19th president.
It went back to 1776 when the military took over.
Right, but Rutherford Hayes won in 1876,
No,
100
that's
years
not-
later,
that's
and he
not
was the
same-
president.
That's not the same thing as the common law of 1776.
Joe Biden, as president, is...
Donald Trump is the commander-in-chief right now. Military is in control. What's it called? Common law went back to the military because they stole the election.
Here we go. It all goes back to January 6th. 1776. Okay, so on 1776 is when January 6th became... You know what? Do your own research.
Somebody texted me the day that on January 6th and said, "Oh, the protesters had breached the Capitol." And the first thought I had is, "My God, how did they climb over all the bodies? Did the Secret Service run out of bullets?" I mean, it's only one of the most heavily guarded places in the world. So there's no way that was anything but a guided tour. I mean, we saw the footage of the police moving aside and waving people in. The doors themselves weigh 20,000 pounds and are on magnets and can only be electronically opened from the inside. So there's no way that they breached the Capitol by smashing through the windows. It's all nonsense.
I must have seen different video because the ones I saw them beating the cops, pushing back on them, who were trying to keep them out, breaking windows and doors, and forcing themselves into the Capitol.
Those were not Trump supporters. Those were Antifa members. They were bussed in. We saw the buses coming in, and they even put out flyers and were on Facebook saying, "Here's how you recognize us. We'll have Trump hats on backwards and this and that." And there were a lot of people who were Trump supporters in the crowd saying, "That's Antifa. Those are feds or what have you." So they were calling them out that day. The whole thing is a big manufactured crisis. To call that an insurrection is a joke. Anyone that's been in the military, that is not an insurrection. How do you show up to an insurrection against the government without guns? That's for starters.
Some of them were armed.
Where? Who?
The people that were breaching the Capitol.
The only person that got shot was Ashley Babbitt, and she was a Trump supporter. So,
She wasn't Antifa. She was a Trump supporter trying to push her way onto.
I don't really know that much about her, but I'm just saying in terms of how many people were shot, it was only one person. And it was Ashley Babbitt.
Was she the only Trump supporter there, or were there others?
No, of course there were tons of Trump supporters there. Oh yeah.
I was when you said it was Antifa, I wasn't sure whether.
No. I'm saying that the people that were creating the havoc were Antifa. And we saw them come in. They were brought in on buses.
They were all brought in on buses. I wonder who was brought in on buses that day. Why were there so many law enforcement people dressed as MAGA? Why were there so many law enforcement people dressed as MAGA? I guess we'll never know. There's a conspiracy about me started by Alex Jones and InfoWars that I was behind January 6th, which I found hysterically funny. found it funny for the first 2 years. Stopped being funny when people kept repeating this. It was like, all right, this is ridiculous. I've had people come up to me on the street and blame this on me. I had one person who was arrested for breaking and entering into the Capitol on January 6th, accused me of being behind this. Meanwhile, there's footage of him. But yeah, they will cling to anything, any story, any narrative to, let themselves off the hook for January 6th. When I was on the steps of the Capitol on January 6th, I watched them blame this on Antifa as it was happening. So they started doing this day one. I mean, you know what? I mean, props to them for getting started on their conspiracies as it's unfolding. Hats off, right?